I saw homeless ass and dick like immediately, and he just started pissing on the tree, and I was like, okay, that's a most big city thing I could see. I saw the Phillies hit a walk off, and then I saw a homeless man's dick. I
Yeah,
guess
he wasn't.
this is
Well, he wasn't embarrassed at
that's
all.
that's 8 hours into being there. That's not even a 24-hour period.
I mean,
Yeah.
Did you check his sundial? What time was
Right.
it?
I told Shane I should have like challenged him and just said I gotta take a shit and shit on the tree across the alleyway from him.
Yeah, because then he
He
would have
just
turned around
matches
like,
crazy.
and I got a new best friend. Whoa.
Yeah.
So I was hearing all the deals about like those BOGO deals and everything. They're trying to get people to come in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I read a story about people dying in a fire. And it got me thinking, do you get a discount if you on cremation if it's already partially done?
I don't think that's how that works.
Well,
I think it's actually probably more expensive because it's harder to do at that point. You know how hard you still gotta like. I think you still have to gut the body. If don't you still have to like take out all the parts?
I don't
You're
think
gonna
so
burn
at
it?
all. It just burns. What if they're not
Oh, I guess
organ
I'm
donors?
yeah, no, I'm thinking of like those weirdos who decide they want to have an open casket funeral, but then
For
they
the
also
ashes?
cremate them. No, they do like an open casket, so they have to have the body embalmed, but then they fucking the people who died, their last wishes were be cremated, so they have an open casket and then they embalm them, and then they fire them up. So they do both.
I feel like
They
that's
double
adding
dip.
extra work. Yeah.
So much extra work, but people do it. It happens all the time. Where they'll have an open casket, and then they get cremated.
See, I would rather just be cremated, and for my last wish back, dump my ashes wherever they'll be most inconvenient.
Right.
Like it just,
Just in a Starbucks line all over
he
everybody.
loved
in the
this
morning.
place. Ka!
I'm pretty sure that's there's like felonies for throwing your ashes certain places.
What if you put a pinch of you in every cup served that day?
Oh my God! Yeah, that's definitely against the law.
What? No, you're spreading your joy. A little bit of me for you.
Right. Yeah, you're just doing a bit from a due date at this point.
Okay, fine. If you can't do that, and I didn't due date. I don't even know what that is.
It's the movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis.
Okay, fine. Then I'll let people be religious, and they can you use them for Ash Wednesday.
That's a good one. Now that's fun.
Just this isn't
Now
our
that
Lord
I
and
can get on
Savior,
board.
but it is somebody
Yeah.
that died.
Yeah, listen, you're gonna be reborn through him. Okay.
Oh no!
Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Honestly, it'd be a good replacement. I mean, most of the ashes they use on Ash Wednesday now are the ashes of the dead children they burned to make sure they kept their mouths shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Fun fact: you're walking around with a murdered pedophile's dream on your forehead.
Oh yeah, he's filled to the brim with hope.
Well, just leaking the gospel.
Yeah, he was leaking faith wherever he went.
Yeah.
He,
Normally, those Catholics are totally against cremation, but in this case,
you know, it's weird. Little Jimmy kept walking around leaking ectoplasm from the Holy Ghost.
aren't Catholics against cremation?
Ooh.
There's certain ones I think that I'm pretty sure there's certain religions who are completely against it.
Really? See,
I think so.
I feel like they'd have to, given like the plague and all that shit, where they had to burn people.
I don't know.
And who doesn't want to feel like a war god? It's like, I died in the field of battle, I must be burned.
Catholics do not favor cremation because they believe in resurrection of the body after death. They follow the custom of burying the dead as Jesus Christ was buried in a tomb. Nevertheless, the attitude of the church has changed over recent years.
Yeah, but the difference is he was buried in a cave and he was able to walk out. According to the stories, they're putting you underground. There's no walking. It's like if you wake up, you gotta ring the little bell and hope someone hears you.
Yeah, didn't they used to do that? They put like a string in the bottom,
Yeah.
and the Undertaker just had to sit there
No,
in
that
case
was
somebody rang the bell.
That's how the terminology graveyard shift came about. Is because they literally had somebody sit there overnight listening for bells to ring in case someone got buried when they shouldn't have.
Right. Do they even do that anymore? I guess with advanced technology, we don't have. We're pretty certain people are dead now. Nobody's Romeo and Juliet in their way into a fake death anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that it does exist for insurance fraud. Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, you mean Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Not Pat McAfee.
No,
John McAfee. Yeah, Pat McAfee. He died in a casket match in last week's WWE match. I don't think he's coming back on Friday Night SmackDown.
It's weird. One died in a wrestling ring. The other just shit through a hammock.
Yeah. Have you heard about that though? I guess John McAfee might not be dead. Some people are trying to say.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, that's a new conspiracy theory with old John McAfee.
Oh, he's showing Tupac his tricks down in some island?
Yeah, let me look up the story. But apparently he called his some girlfriend, some girl claimed that John McAfee called her on the phone and was like, "Hey, it's me, it's John." And said, he's like, "You're one of like 3 people I'm telling I'm alive. Like, don't tell anybody." And then she went and told the news, like, "Hey, like,
yeah,
I think John McAfee's not dead."
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, why does John? Oh, it's
man, that had to be
an article.
Man, that LSD tripped seance she was on had to be awesome.
Yeah, his ex-wife believes he was.
No, Tori, I'm alive.
August. Okay. This is the article about that new documentary that came out about him. I don't know. Yeah, I can't find there's too many fucking links to go through. But I thought that was funny that there's now a new conspiracy theory that guy's alive. Especially once I heard it, I watched part of the documentary that came out on Netflix, and that guy's just a fucking nut job, dude. I think.
Well, what gave it away?
A lot, but I didn't realize to the extent of how crazy he was because I've heard him on podcasts and stuff, and I knew he was nuts from that. But the whole idea that he maybe killed his neighbor, I don't know. I can't really tell. They don't really go into that on the story. He just runs away, which makes you seem pretty guilty, right?
Yeah.
But then he basically just keeps creating horrible situations that get him more and more attention throughout the whole documentary. That's the whole time. He's getting a disguise in a professional wig shop, and he can't stop telling the ladies who he is.
Yeah, well,
yeah, he's
he's
getting a disguise, and he can't not be like, "No, I'm John McAfee. Haven't you heard of me?" He's so egotistical,
Have you heard
but he
of
wants to be
my
on the
virus protection?
Dude, straight up, that's exactly what he says.
Oh,
and then he takes pictures with them in his disguise, and he's like, "Don't post this photo though, but you'll see me on TV."
Yeah.
Dude, he's a fucking crazy person.
Oh, it's great. And he leaves the worst calling card, dirty hammocks.
Yeah. We're the shit rag bandits.
It's just
yeah, he definitely faked his own death. Yeah, it's got to be harder to fake your own death these days, though, with medical examiners and stuff like that. Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, you made money off that comment.
Yeah, yeah. That's my dog whistling for my fake your own death company I run on the black web.
Yeah.
Whenever I have a business idea that's actually mine, no people, I drop this coin when I come up with a business idea. Let you know it's real. That's just the dog.
Yeah,
whistle.
throw it on Silk Road V2.
Oh, that's also one of my expanding businesses.
Yeah, reload it. Yeah. Oh man.
Silk Road Reloaded. Can we make that movie? That sounds fun.
It does. It's just subterfuge, espionage, murder. It's everything you want in a movie all on one website.
It's like John McAfee is a website.
I got to thinking, because John McAfee was such a fan of shit, do you ever think he beat off to the Burt Reynolds New York Times fiasco?
What? I don't even know what you're referring to.
Okay, so New York Times, long time ago, did some piece against Burt Reynolds, right? Burt Reynolds, in payback to him, during Christmas, they had the largest Christmas tree. That was New York Times big deal, right? So,
they're the ones who buy the one in Rockefeller Plaza?
Yeah,
right?
they got that huge tree. Burt Reynolds took a helicopter personally, loaded it with manure, and dropped it on that tree, and it just cascaded down the whole fucking thing. And
Dude,
I'm just
I love
picturing
it.
John McAfee just whacking it to him like, oh.
Just going, if only all of that. If only I was the tree and that was all Colombian prostitute shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, I apologize for my cough. I'm going to sound like I've been smoking for 30 years today.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey,
Yeah.
you're officially a New Yorker.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad. Yeah, it turns out the turning of the seasons is upon us, and it's causing major drainage, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that, though. I've never heard that petty story. I didn't know Burt Reynolds was so fucking petty. That
yeah,
rules.
I'm sure there's more details in terms. I just shortened it way up, but it's literally like tit for tat.
Isn't that great, though, that, like, that's how cool old Hollywood was. Is, like, you could literally go shit on a journalist, like, then you could get away with it. Burt Reynolds maybe had to pay a fine, and even then, I bet you didn't even have to do that.
It wasn't. I guarantee it wasn't even that much. He probably hired a crew. Like, hey, I'll send farm hands out there to clean it up.
You're right. I bet you he didn't have to pay anything. It's like you said earlier. It's a tit for tat thing. Like it probably made the New York Times money.
Oh, because now they're like, oh, we're in a
They
beef
just wrote a
with Burt
huge
Reynolds.
story. They're like, dude, we had nothing for page 6 next week. Now we got a fucking shitstorm.
Yeah. Oh, it was great though, just to hear that story. Like
Where do you even hear that?
His mouth. There's a radio show where he actually goes into it because he's like, time has passed, it doesn't matter anymore.
Hell yeah. So he just never got caught. That's why he didn't do that rules. Dude, he just espionaged his way. He was like, statute of limitations, New York Times.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but you could find that, I'm sure, if you looked on the internet. Like, he actually tells it.
Dude, rappers were biting off Burt Reynolds when they say they just shitting on him.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Did you imagine being a tourist and all of a sudden you see a helicopter fly over the Rockefeller Plaza tree and then you just get hit with just a ton of shit?
Oh, that would.
I hope the guy from Back to the Future was
That's
there,
what I was
Biff.
thinking of. Like that guy's like, not again.
He's just standing there with his family. He's like, I'm glad I turned my life around. I'm no longer a bully. I'm just doing my own business. And he, McFly! And he just runs back.
Yeah. He just goes back and cocks a shotgun. He's like, that's it.
McFly must die!
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one
Oh.
triggery.
Biff, it wasn't me.
I hate manure!
Yeah.
Just fucking blowing McFly's head
I
off.
would have done it sooner, but I had to wait till Valentine's Day. Welcome to the massacre, bitch.
2 McFlys with the same gun. Oh, classic. What a good pull. Damn, dude. I love Burt Reynolds. R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. No, that was... Oh, it's an amazing story. Like, if you could find it sometime in
I
free
will
time.
listen to that. Dude, Burt Reynolds, yeah. If he wasn't already cool enough, you know?
Yeah.
And now I just realized he was just like, no, I'm going to dump shit on the New York Times.
No, it just makes you realize, like, what was it, probably in the 70s or early 80s?
Yeah.
Like, those are just... It was a Wild West in terms of, like... what you do as a prank now, and you only time you get away with it is probably your high school years,
Barely.
maybe college.
Like even now you don't really. I mean, towards the end of when we were in high school, people weren't getting away with them. Remember they had that show on MTV called High School Pranks. What was it? Traumas and Controversies or whatever. Remember? And it was just all about all the kids getting caught doing the pranks.
Yeah, because I remember for one of ours, for like our senior prank, we stole somebody's statue.
Fuck yeah, dude. That rules. Which statue?
It was some dog. I forget what school it was from. It was just some dog statue that was just sitting out front.
Oh, okay.
That's
interesting.
Yeah, it took 8 guys to carry it.
Yeah, it's huge. Was it one of the other schools in town?
No, it was like, I want to say it was like Trainer.
Oh man, you went way out in the boonies.
Well, we just jacked. Yeah, we're like,
how's
nobody's
that
gonna
a
get...
high school? How's that a senior prank though? If you pranked another school,
Because that's the school that we kept getting in fights with. Like
cool.
old school,
Okay, this
like
makes sense
meet
now.
up in Taco Bell parking lot. Police show up for loitering / we were doing our own version instead of bum fights. It was high school fights. A lot of
Fuck yeah.
posturing and then throwing people on the hoods of their car.
That rules. I endorse that. I didn't partake in anything like that growing up, but
Oh,
I think
no? Okay.
I think we all became pussies at that point. We got pussified real fast,
Oh.
dude. You were 6 years older than me. It just like really the difference in high school is completely not there.
No, because there was egging parties. I remember one, because this is so long ago. We had, it looked like a miniature toy train pulling up. Because when I say this, we had 15 cars minimum.
Oh my
all pull
God.
up and unload on this house out in the country. Just everybody's got dozens and just da 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 da, to the point where years later, I was working in outside at Menards,
Mm-hmm.
and I was with some guy and I was talking about it, and he's like, "That was you?" And I went stone cold silent. I'm like, I heard about it, and he's like, "No, that was cool. I didn't live there. I was just there. We thought it was hailing."
That's hilarious. You thought you were about to get your ass kicked, like
Oh,
as you grab a 2x4.
I was just like, I'm
can't-
in trouble.
You can't reveal secrets inside of a hardware store. There's nothing but weapons around for you to die from.
There's chains. There's zip ties. Yeah,
2x4s. They're gonna go
Hacksaws.
hacksaw Jim Diamond on you.
It's like everything you need to murder somebody / torture is there.
How's WWE never done like a last man standing match in a Menards or Home Depot?
Oh, they'll die.
But it'd be
why.
cool as hell. You can go up on a 4-foot scaffolding and deliver an elbow.
Well, the primary reason is the only person that was crazy enough to do it, which was Mankind, retired.
True. I wonder if they ever pitched that though. They definitely did one. Well, there was the one where Steve Austin attacked Booker T in a grocery store. I feel like they definitely had some kind of brawl in a Walmart because there was like cross branding there. You know, that's
Yeah.
just the same demographic. So I don't know. I'm telling you, it would have been great. Yeah, I don't. I know you told me enough little things that you did in high school before I got to high school that I tried to convince people in my grade, like, hey, we should go try this, and people look at me like, no, we're not. Nobody does that, or we're not going to do that. That'll get us in trouble. And I was like, oh, okay. I was just nobody wanted to go have fun. So other than the times we shot fireworks at people's houses, and we did egg a couple people's houses, but they're just people we didn't like.
God. See, I quit shooting fireworks at people's houses in middle school when we gave that old lady a heart attack.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah. That stopped real quick. So then we just...
She was just like, Grenada! Just fucking having 4 flash.
It was across from John's house down the street when we were in Jennings. So we shot it directly across, and it just right off the window.
John had the ultimate hookup since his family owned all of the fireworks.
No, that was Zach.
Oh, Zach. Well, either way, you know what I mean. You got an unlimited supply.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were like the U.S. government getting dropped off in Baghdad. You never had to worry about ammo.
No. We were like Ukraine getting free weapons. It was just, here we go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
They just wish they could give Putin a heart attack at this point. They can't do shit.
No.
Turns out Putin got that fucking Cheney surgery. He doesn't even have a heartbeat anymore.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he just shoots whoever's in the woods with him.
Go fuck yourself.
I thought it was a deer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the nice thing is about shooting fireworks is we quit shooting it at houses and we evolved into just shooting it into our friends' windows while we're driving.
That's fun.
So
that's a good time.
Yeah. We did the safer option.
Yeah. The worst one that I did with fireworks, and I might have mentioned it on the podcast before, but I don't care, is you had left a pack of black cats in the basement, and I found them, and this is during my senior graduation.
Yeah, I remember this too. I had so many.
Yeah, and I took them to a bonfire that somebody was having at their grad party.
Okay.
And it was dark out, and there was like 30, 40 people there. And I'm standing there, and I look over at my buddy, and I go, watch this. And I throw that entire pack into the fucking fire. And I said, walk away now. And then that thing just started going. And people are fucking dropping, hitting the deck, and, like, screaming and stuff. And I start laughing. And so everybody knows it's me. And I proceeded to get my ass chewed by everybody there.
As it's a.
Yeah.
Did you at least like while you laugh go say your prayers, you filthy
Dude,
animal?
I was just about to say I was laughing like that guy from Home Alone, like ha 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 ha.
That would be great.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time because you didn't have all the connotations like you do now.
Yeah, you could get away with everything. You know, you should let kids be kids. You know, nowadays they record everything. You know what the problem is? This is why kids can't be kids anymore. It's because they record everything. There's examples of everything of what not to do on the internet. So therefore, there's no excuse for not knowing what not to do.
See, I was just going to go the opposite way and say everybody's a fucking narc because you post it online. It makes its way, so you're just narking on all the fun stuff you can do.
Right. Well, that's part of what it is, too. But I think it's more or less you just know not to do bad or there is no excuse. Like, people still try to do bad shit, but even if you get caught and there was no recording or none of that, let's just say, you still get yelled at like you should know better because you've seen people get in trouble for doing this and recording it. But there's no shortage of like people record fucking everything nowadays. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm still baffled by it, you know, even though it's been a decade since people started doing all this shit.
Yeah,
but it's weird how often I see just police interaction videos, like people filming their interactions with the police constantly.
Oh, that phone's up right away, even on a speeding ticket. You're like,
dude,
try
insanity. Something. Yeah, dude. They love doing it, and they love editing it to show how the cops are liars. That is fun too. I do like that. When they show like the cop says like you can't be using that on the street, and it's like we were in a gas station parking lot.
My favorite is the shitty like police setup where they're like, "Look at us, we're playing basketball with the kids, and now we're gonna play some Disney music to dance to."
Oh yeah, you mean the cop public relations videos?
Yeah, it's hey guys, we can't do Dare anymore because everybody can just do weed.
Yeah, it turns out weed's legal, and so we can't do this program anymore. It didn't work at all. Turns out it made all the kids who were in Dare start weed companies.
All these burnouts are rich now. What happened?
Yeah. This guy found a new way to make bongs work more efficiently.
Did you guys hear this? Freeze pipes? So it doesn't no harsh down your throat. It's just smooth. It's like having a menthol vape pen.
Good God. Yeah, I like the police videos more when they're like the anti-public relations ones where they get real as fuck, where they're telling a dude, "I'll beat your ass right now. I don't need my fucking weapons to take you down," and like it's a cop literally threatening somebody, and then the guy starts backing down. It's funny because they can't handle it.
No, I don't like those. I like the violent ones, or the other police videos that I like are like Roxanne and all that.
Those are good.
Yeah. Message in a bottle.
Message in a bottle. Yeah. That is good. You're right. You're right. We should always listen to the police. Go back and listen to the police, guys. Yeah. I think everybody's hating on them too much.
You know what? That would be hilarious to get going. It's like listen to the police and everybody take it out of context. You're like, no, I like Sting.
Right. Dude, I'm going to start making videos like that. No, that'll be the next reel I post. It's just like, guys, I just want to let everybody, you should start listening to the police and really take in their message. The police know what's best.
The police taught me to be better at tantric sex, okay?
Yeah. But you just say that and really lean into it, and then all of a sudden start playing the fucking song in the background and see if people get it. They won't.
No.
Most people will not get it at all.
I'll send an SOS. And then you
just have the album cover come up, but then it slowly fades into a thin blue line. It's like one of those holographic cards. If you move it right, it turns into the thin blue line.
You got people shifting their screen. What the fuck is this?
I love it.
You'd have the old heads, like the old generation, be like, that boy's got a point.
100%. Goddamn.
Oh, so what have you been up to? Let's hear it all.
Oh, dude, I had a hell of a week. As you guys all know, if you listen all the way through every podcast every week, I went to Philly last week, and I ended up doing a surprise little trip up to New York last week as well. So checked out 2 big cities last week, Just a little country boy in the big cities these days, bud.
Yeah? what do you even do there?
What do you do there? I'll tell you what you do. You do the same shit you do everywhere else. It's fucking crazy. It's so crazy how you just do the same thing everywhere.
You know, I granted, we did talk about this a little bit before the show,
Yeah,
but
I talked about it on Not Worth the Time.
Okay, good.
Too, which
but
is funny.
it got me thinking, because what are you truly asking? Because you can. It's either that. It's like a rhetorical question. Because if you go, "What do you do there?" Do you just flip it right on them and go, "I don't know, what the fuck do you do here?" Because all they really have to say is, "Oh, the only thing we have really different is sightseeing places that they don't fucking go to."
Yeah, we have tons of touristy spots. Yeah, it's every place is the fucking same. It is crazy. It's cool to go see because they are different, but like the activities and shit you do are the same. You go to like shops, you go to bars, you go hang out. I mean, the nightlife was crazy, you know? I mean, for a Thursday night when we went out drinking, it was packed to the fucking
that's what I was
gills.
gonna
Of
say.
course it's going to be when it's 40,000 or 40 million people.
I was gonna say,
in one
damn,
city.
they're low. 40,000.
Yeah, it turns out the pandemic, everybody moved out. Nathan, it's a ghost town.
They moved out or they died. That's all that happened.
Manhattan's for sale, dude. We can rule it like kings.
All right, dude. We're the new roach overlords.
Yeah. I am the Rat King. Yeah. So that was like a weird. I don't know how you answer that question, to be honest. And then people they ask you like, well, what's it like to live, or like what do you have out there? I'm like, we have cities. And
we
do
all
same shit.
we all own cars. I know that's a luxury for you, but we do.
Yeah, we own cars, you know, and we can get places in under an hour.
Yeah.
You know, there's less crazy people.
We're on the rise on that one.
We're on the rise. Yeah, we're okay. We're trying to pump those numbers up.
Yeah.
You know, we're not trying to.
We're going to be the new stop that quit sending them to Hawaii. They're like Midwest.
Right. Yeah. It's so that was like one of the more frustrating things that I got asked, because I just don't know how do you describe Iowa. Like I really don't. It's mainly just because I've lived here. But everything's the same.
That's the thing. Like. We've lived in the two most populated areas.
Right.
We don't live in the fucking country.
Yeah.
That's like New York, though. If you leave New York City, it's pretty barren.
Yeah. Well, I'll say once you get out into the other boroughs, I mean, once you leave Manhattan, it doesn't even like feel like you're in New York City really, because you're not around the skyscrapers.
Feels like a suburb.
Yeah. That's what they are. They're just big city suburbs.
Huh.
Yeah. So I mean, but it was cool. It was great. I enjoyed my time there. I'm not dissing anything, but I didn't know how to answer that. It's like I prepared myself to answer some questions, but that wasn't the one I thought was going to pop up.
Yeah.
You know, especially for a bunch of people who claim to be like well-traveled and cultured all the time. You would think they would get that. Because like you go to like a lot of the people I met there and stuff all talked about how they'd go to Europe and they've traveled to this place and that place and stuff. I'm like, well, then it's like every place is kind of similar. It's just whatever scale of how big it is.
Yeah, it's just all that. The only thing that's different everywhere is there's two things, and it's going to be language and your sightseeing spots. Outside of that, activities are largely the same, universal.
Yeah. Yeah, you go to a bar, you can go to a concert. There's a famous venue of some sort there that everybody goes to that really likes, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's famous spots in Omaha that are like famous little landmarks and venues that people like to go to. There's some here. They just haven't been around as long. That's the biggest difference. You know, so that was like the weird thing I had to answer. But I had a great time in both places. One of my favorite places, though, that I went was it was in Philly. Went to the ballpark because, of course, went to go see a Phillies game. Yeah. That was a good time.
Ooh, how much? Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I got to know, how much street meat did you eat?
Oh, I ate cart food constantly.
Nice.
I didn't care, dude.
No, I'm just wondering, like, so my follow-up question is, did it wreck you, or are you good?
No, I was totally fine.
Nice.
I got an iron gut, dude. Dude, I eat gas station food recreationally, dude.
Oh, that is true.
I was built for this.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was built for the cockroach.
I forgot you
like
chowed down on taquitos from fucking Buc-ee's.
Yeah, dude. I was a skateboard street rat, from the age of like 12 to like 19. That's all I ate was gas station food outside of skate parks.
Oh, damn, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I have an iron gut. It's starting to come back on me. That I feel like though. Eventually, that my gut's gonna fail. You can't keep coating that lining.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say the lining's gone. It's just burning holes through.
You can't change the oil in your gut. You know. Yeah.
Just.
Although there's those fucking weirdos who say you can change your micro gut biome. I don't believe that for a second.
If you drink half and half vegetable oil and olive oil.
Yeah. You just got to cleanse your colon. Do you know there's 15 pounds of toxic poop inside your colon at all times?
No, do you know anybody? Because I've known 6 girls. Because no guy's crazy enough to do this, to just give up food and drink liquid, this weird concoction they make for 4 days straight, and then give themselves basically an enema at the end, and just like, I lost all this weight, and you watch them, you're like, that's cool, that's called water weight, but nobody wants to admit that or tell them that, because you're like, they haven't had food. They're very angry, so you can't correct them.
No, you're talking to a feral animal at that point. I
never thought of it like that, but yeah.
You get them in a corner, dude, they'll fucking fight their way out.
Their hair's falling out. They got mange.
They're gonna fucking kill you. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you see a girl, or if you do see the rare occasion of a dude on a cleansed diet who's planning to give it, run away. That is an animal waiting to be attacked. I would rather try to talk to a homeless crazy person in New York than try to talk to one of them.
Oh man,
while they're food deprived.
Dude, that's funny you say that. I did have a great conversation with the homeless guy. What was that? Friday?
Oh, nice. I want to hear this,
okay.
And then I'm going to tell you my homeless sightings. I'm going to skip the Philly ballpark. I have a good story about the ballpark, but we'll go homeless. This is the homeless section.
All right, yeah.
This is the homeless shelter part of the podcast where we house our homeless ideas.
Looking for a home or dollars? So I was getting gas, and a mobile home, a.k.a. a Tahoe, pulls up that they're living out of. Obviously, it's piled up. I thought they were just like driving by and moving. Jumps out and starts asking everybody for money. And I'm watching this happen. I got like $5. So I'm like, here, there's some gas. I'll get you 2 gallons. I'll get you out of this parking lot and into that parking lot.
Right. Good, that's a good move.
So I was
away from you, still.
Yes. I'm like, go back to the grocery store.
Moving the needle, bud.
Yeah. Literally like a centimeter. That's all that needle got moved. But I got to hear the life story. So she just got out of a horrible relationship, had her drop everything and move. I'm like, and I'm not going to indulge and keep asking questions because she didn't stop there. But looking inside the vehicle, it's like, you didn't drop anything. You look like you had time to load up.
Yeah, you haven't dropped anything. If anything, you look like you put on a few pounds. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, well, looking at that truck, I'm like, I'm pretty sure half that's probably not yours if I'm just guessing.
I'm also going to say you're above the suspension weight on this car. It's going to cause problems later.
Well, the best part is she looked like she was about to go make round 2 because she was like behind her was an empty trailer. One of those flatbeds that no walls, is just a trailer. Yeah. And it was empty.
Okay.
And I was like,
oh, my God.
Oh, you're making a return. You may be still at work.
Oh, man.
So she was telling me all that, like, is it an abusive thing? I got out, and I got most of everything. I just dropped She goes, I dropped everything, but she got most of everything. It was all in one sentence. It's very confusing. And then it was...
Mobile hoarders are crazy, dude. Like, that's insane. Like, she's just on the road picking up more shit.
Well, and then it was, you don't know how much this means to me. I'm like, I gave you $5. Like, that's 2 gallons. What are you doing?
Yeah, she was 2 things away from, like, if you gave her 20, she was going to suck your dick.
Oh, that's all it would have taken?
Probably. If she's this thankful for her $5... This lady's down on her luck. She's looking for love, Nathan.
Oh, here's a 50.
And that's free protein.
Yeah, here's a 50. Let's go see how the suspension on that Tahoe is.
Yeah. Oh, God.
No. So, I got to hear the whole story about that, and it was like, of course, I'm afraid for my life and all this stuff. But no, it was
That's when you got to hit him with listen, lady, I'm paying you so you won't tell me your life story. I literally heard you start to do your explanation. I'm giving you this money so you won't tell me.
She got me, I'm not joking, probably 3 seconds after I started the pump. So she's talking non-stop, and all I'm doing is that, like, mm-hmm. But I'm not looking at her that much. I keep looking at my deal, like, just like, okay, it should be roughly around, and I'm waiting for this.
That's when you got to do the, like, you just pump enough and then put it off and then go to another gas station.
No, I didn't want to do that. I was like, that's too much. Roads are
This is the cheapest gas in town, man. I couldn't pass up this deal.
Well, no, there's construction around the road, so once you finally get in and get a spot, you're like, well, I'll just get my gas and then I'll leave, because you only can enter and leave in the same direction.
Oh, damn.
So I was like, I'm kind of, this sucks. So I had to listen to the story for a good, 3 to 5 minutes while I was waiting for this, to the point where it clicks, and I'm like, you know how you do that quick double pump, like top it off, and then I go, well, that looks like it does it for me. Hopefully that $5 gets you somewhere. I'll see you later. And she started talking again. I go, that guy just got out and was fumbling with cash. You might want to ask him. Like, I just saw it just ponder off on somebody.
Did you really? Yeah. Like, you just call out a dude? Damn, dude. I love that move. That dude was flush with cash. She's just quit. Like, her eyes finally cleared up from crying. She was just like, the act was over.
Yeah. Did a quick bump and then ran over to him.
Oh, dude. So funny. That is a good way to handle it. That guy's got money.
Yeah. He had his wallet out. In all fairness, I don't know if he had cash, but I was like, that guy.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this: I saw a couple homeless crazy people. My favorite was the one we walked right by after the game. We saw a walk-off hit at the Phillies game. Great time, right?
Nice.
You know? And then as we're walking, take the train back, and we get off, and as we're walking back to Shane's place, we're walking down an alleyway. That's the problem. Never go down alleyways. Just always stay on streets. You go down alleyways, this is where you find shit you don't want to. But this guy's walking down the one side of the street, and he's kind of like saying some shit, and you can hear him, and he's doing the twitchy shit, and you're just like, all right, that's a classic sign of something you don't want to see. And he walks right up to this tree, and he hears us walking behind him, and he walks up to the tree, and he starts taking down his shorts, and he just turns to go back to us real aggressively and goes, I got to take a piss! And we were like, damn. And he did not wait for us to
Do you need a
keep
hand?
going. I saw a homeless ass and dick, like, immediately. And he just started pissing on the tree. And I was like, okay, that's a most big city thing I could see. I saw the Phillies hit a walk-off, and then I saw a homeless man's dick.
He wasn't embarrassed at all.
That's 8 hours into being there. That's not even a 24-hour period.
I mean,
yeah.
Did you check his sundial? What time was it?
I told Shane I should have challenged him and just said I gotta take a shit and shit on the tree across the alleyway from him.
Yeah, because then he would have turned around like
crazy.
And I got a new best friend.
Yeah. People, let me tell you about my best friend.
You grab your hand, start skipping through the fucking alley.
He's pissing and I'm shitting while we're skipping. Like two horses.
Dude, I was gonna say that'd be a shit trail to follow for sure.
Oh,
be like, oh.
Yeah. That was great though. But I got to tell you this story about the baseball game, because we all know Philly sports fans.
They're awesome.
They're diehard and passionate, and they're awesome. They are. I do love the Philly fans. They're great.
Oh, they are. As long as you're not rooting against them, best friends.
But I was worried. I actually was shocked because Shane wore a shirt. That's a quote from, I can't remember which baseball player, but it's a quote on the shirt from a Phillies player. He, under his breath in one interview goes, I fucking hate this place. Because he was just getting harassed by the fans. Because that's what they do. They not only heckle the visiting team, but if you suck as a player, they will let you fucking know.
Yeah.
And so he wore that shirt. And as we were walking in, this guy... this dude was stuck.
He ran into the player?
Yeah, that would be great.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what? Fucking, I don't even get money for that shirt. You piece of shit. It's the security guys. We're going through security.
Okay.
And this security guy that stops us is stuck in 1985 Philadelphia.
Okay.
I mean, Delco, Philadelphia. Just like, hey, yo, dude, you can't be wearing that fucking shirt.
Can't wear that shirt, and you're not wearing Dickies. I can't let
dude,
you in.
He had, I think, 3 rings on each finger.
What?
Mullet. Sunglasses.
How was it chain?
Dude, he had a chain.
I know what.
He
How
had a
was
thin,
it though? What?
Thin rope chain.
Oh, okay. What, gold, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
of
know
course.
it.
Okay.
You can't wear that shirt in here. There's kids in the ballpark, even though it's censored. Like it had the asterisk next to the C and the the U and the C of fuck.
He turns his shirt inside out, and it just says "cunt."
Yeah. That would have been fucking great. God damn. Sorry. Smokers laugh. God damn. And yeah, that would have been fucking great. But Shane, like, it sucks. So Shane had to turn his shirt inside out for the game, and it was funny because the guy then starts to, yo, dude, I'm not trying to bust balls here. It's just we gotta watch out for the kids and stuff here. And I go over, I'm like, hey, dude, it's fine, no problem. And I fucking go to fist bump him just to let him know it's fine, like we're not mad.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I can tell Shane is upset a little bit. Like he's actually from Philly, and that kind of shit bothers him, and he was kind of a little upset by it.
Did he tell you, I don't knuckle bump, you might have the monkey pox?
Yeah. No, I fist bumped this guy, and I noticed he was wearing his class ring. And that's when I was like, oh, dude, you are so old school.
A class ring?
It's one of the Johnston class rings you can get.
Dude,
I'm telling you, that's a 1985 move.
That is a garbage move.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I was cleaning out something and found it's like the class ring for boot. No. The class ring basically from boot camp because they give you rings.
Oh,
and
nice.
I remember showing my daughter that, and I go, "Yeah, this is a relic. Hey, it still fits. Why don't you wear that?" I'm like, "Why would I ever wear this?"
Yeah, I'm a deserter. I quit.
I did not quit. Military.
You can't tell me you weren't
reasons.
a little bit once you got like out. You were kind of sitting there even after surgery.
No.
Like, I'm the fucking man.
No.
I got college paid for.
Looking back at it, honestly, I go like this. Every time I look at the military, I go, how fucked is it that my mom celebrated my injury so much? Like, thank you, Jesus. Oh, he doesn't have to go overseas. He's out. Right. Yeah. I mean, it looked like she celebrated like it was my bar mitzvah about to happen. Like, it was like, holy shit.
Nava will go overseas. He's not in the army.
Yeah. It's like, oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. That is great. That I've never thought about that way. That is, yeah.
It totally happened that way, though.
Yes.
But you knuckle bumped a class ring.
Yeah, I knuckle bumped him I knuckle bumped the class ring. And
Did you ask him if he wears that just so he has more leverage if he has to punch somebody?
I think that's what it is, dude. He's got 3 rings per hand, so I think it's just, can't carry brass knuckles, but there you go.
I just wear this class ring to know what it feels like if we win a chip.
Yeah, exactly. But what worried about me when that happened, what worried me is I thought I wasn't gonna get that authentic Phillies sports fan experience. I thought, oh man, is the city going soft?
Oh, you thought he was being a gatekeeper for all the fun? Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was taking out like the fun of Philly sports, and I was like, oh no. And then I got in there, and that's the funniest part is his whole thing was you got to turn that inside out for the kids. Like, kids can't be seeing that. We got to keep the ballpark in a nice environment for kids. And we're like, okay, I get it. And then we go in there, and I heard some of the most foul-mouthed motherfuckers screaming at the top of their lungs at players.
Yeah, and they're worried about shirt. He turned that shirt back around, didn't he?
We didn't.
What?
He didn't because the guy told him if you turn that shirt back inside out, we will kick you out of the ballpark.
I'd call that bluff.
Yeah, I kind of told Shane, I was like, hey, you can fucking risk it, bud, but yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. And Shane was like, it's not worth it. I want to watch the game.
How many people came for us when we were in Milwaukee's ballpark? None. And man, we promoted ourselves to box seats basically.
Yeah, that was great. We did the same thing. We bought some cheap sheets and then sat down at the first baseline.
Yeah,
it was great.
It's the way to go.
There was nobody in the ballpark. I guess sometimes Shane told me too. People were sticklers at that ballpark. They'll literally come. You just gotta we walked around and he was like, that ticket guy seems cool, and didn't even check our tickets or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
So Yeah, I guess they're real sticklers sometimes. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, but it's a good time though. Otherwise, but I just thought the amount of heckling I heard, it was so funny. They were just calling him a bum, and then like they brought in some pitcher who was his major league debut. He only had thrown 8 pitches, but he was throwing fucking great. And then they pulled him. And then they brought in the next guy, and he was just getting shelled. And it was funny to watch Shane go to become that guy. They only had 8 fucking pitches! He was fucking just letting them have it, dude. It was great.
I wonder
Just
what the time frame is.
During, like, dude, the boos during missed and booted balls. There were 3 overthrows on first base. And just that place booing their own shortstop.
What is the conversion rate to you move to Philly to you becoming a true Philly fan? I wonder what that it's like.
I don't know.
It's not even a year, I bet.
I don't think you can do it if you're a transplant.
Oh, okay.
I think you got to be born there. Like if you were a kid, like I guess if you move there, it won't be you, it'll be your kids. Like your kid becomes that. Because you'll have like symptoms of it, but you're going to pass on that full-fledged.
So you're saying if you're born into it, you have Tourette's towards sports.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't not heckle. And it was funny because he was texting his dad. Shane was texting his dad during the game. And, like, they were both talking shit. His dad was like, what the fuck was that?
He's on delay. So he's like, I know, I just saw it 5 minutes ago. Fuck. That fucking guy. Just wait 2 more minutes. You're going to see him boof another one.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It was great. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was one of my favorite parts of Philly. The show in Philly was fun too. Shout out to like Connor and Liam. Those are the guys who hosted. Shane runs that show too, so shout out to him for letting me do it. That was a fun time at Fergie's Pub. A lot of fun people. Met a lot of cool stuff. Again, no real crazy stories from there, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
And then we went up to New York. I took a bus all the way up to New York, dude.
Oh yeah, Greyhound.
No, I took a Flick. It's called Flixbus, is what it was. It was
they got
nice.
movies.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah, I wish they did. And beer.
Wait, are you serious? They don't have movies and they're called Flicks?
No, they did not. They had TVs in them, but none of them were playing.
They
could have easily played a 2-hour movie.
They just got boogers on the back of all the seats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't bad though. It wasn't a bad ride, and I got dropped off at Penn Station, which is right next to the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So I got to see that, which. If you didn't know, if
garden?
it wasn't for like the one side, the sign they have front, you wouldn't know it's the garden. It just looks like a big circular concrete building, which is why I've always been fucking baffled by that building. Is the fact that it's called Madison Square Garden and it's a circle.
Well, you know, we didn't all pass geometry, Mr. City Boy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I thought I was from the country all of a sudden.
You told us you was from a city.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was cool. And then I checked out the Natural History Museum, which
what do you even do there? So is that the one that's in that Ben Stiller movie, or
no? That's Night at the Museum is filmed at the Smithsonian, and that's in Washington D.C.
Okay. So then,
yeah. So this is a different one, the Natural History Museum,
but
they
it's
have a
probably
giant,
infinitely better than what we fucking have.
This is where I don't think so.
Really?
Now, it's cool. There are things there that I like you definitely don't have in like the Omaha like museums or stuff around here, right?
Yeah, you don't got trains.
But this is where I was weirded out a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's the Natural History Museum, and all it is it's a lot of. Do you remember how you'd make like diagrams or whatever as a kid in a shoebox and stuff?
When you said natural, I was like, don't tell me it's all fucking rocks.
No.
It's
a lot of stuffed animals.
What? Like Beanie Babies?
Yeah, a lot of Beanie Babies. There's so many Beanie Babies.
Like, I don't fucking know. No, like, did they get shit off eBay?
No, they got like those like what do you taxidermy? That's what I was looking for. A lot of taxidermied animals.
They got it from that biohazard place. That's
exactly.
Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, they're all but they're like they make these really intricate looking real scapes of different animals.
Okay.
That's there's a bunch of them like that, right? And that's why I was like weirded out. Like the dinosaur stuff was cool because it's all bones and you don't get to see that often.
Yeah.
But when I walked around the animal display stuff, I kept looking at it going like, I've seen these animals alive in a zoo. Like, I feel like I got gypped here a little bit. But for New York, that makes sense. Like they can't house all those animals in that place.
Dude, how funny would it be if they just create like a chimera? They're just like, we'll just show these 3 animals together and we'll say it's extinct.
Yes. I did have to tell you, so like it's one of my. So they also have these sections inside there. So there's a lot of the animal displays, and that was the only thing that like you walked around and saw them. They had one thing that's like a sculpture of like an actual size of a blue whale that hangs from the ceiling, so it's completely full size.
Damn,
dude, it is breathtaking when you see it. It's
like,
really cool.
You break it by using a spitball because it's a giant Fabergé egg.
Yeah. It just cracks.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of tiny, and then you break it and candy falls out. It's like, finally someone broke the piñata.
Oh, jeez. Guys, that gum may be a little hard. It's been in there years.
It's filled with nothing but Werthers because Teddy Roosevelt's the one who decided to make it a piñata.
Yeah.
But the whole thing's dedicated to Theodore, or not dedicated, but he like headed like putting it together. Theodore Roosevelt did. And the interesting thing that I found, I wanted to tell you about, is there's all these sections too that are like different areas of the world. Like so, there's like an Asian people of Asia section.
Okay.
And then there's a people of Africa section, and then they have a people of North America section. And my favorite is there's this great painting and like display. They have like mannequins with like people with traditional garb and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this one, it's got a painting with mannequins in it of the Pilgrims, right?
Okay.
Meeting the Indians.
What?
And
meeting.
So
I thought you said meaning, and I was like, wait, what? Their history's totally different.
Yeah, no, they're meeting the Indians for the first time, right? So they're standing there and like they're kind of like addressing, but it looks really like, you know, just kind of peaceful or whatever. And on the glass,
it
they
says
have a
this
message.
Is false?
Basically, that's what it says.
Are you serious? No, they do not do that. It's like, hey, we're going to put it high enough so kids can't read this. Just
basically. Dude, I couldn't believe. Up on top it said, "Oh, this isn't an accurate depiction of how the Pilgrims affected the Native Americans in our culture. In reality, it was a brutal whatever." And I just started laughing uncontrollably inside I was like, "They actually put that there."
I'm just picturing this whole place. 4 foot high is this nice cheery message for all the kids as they go through, but then once you get like 5.5 feet, the real thing, it's like absolute carnage, rage throughout this area. Murders happen every day, and you're like, oh my god!
Right. Well, that was the fun part too. Is how many of like the little animal things all look like these animals coexisting in like natural, nice habitats and nothing attacking or killing. I only saw one thing where it looked like it killed something, and it was an owl who had a rat in its like talons. And I'm like, oh, you picked that one because nobody likes rats. But if you had a gazelle getting mauled by those fucking lions in that cage, everybody'd have a fucking problem with it.
Why don't they be cool and line it up in the pecking order for like predatory rates? Yeah. This can eat this, and guess what? This can eat that and that, and it just keeps going down the line.
Yeah, I don't want to how like saying the statues are lame. They were really cool. There's like a huge elephant display of like showing elephants stampeding in the middle of this one room. Dude, I can't describe to you how massive this place is.
It has to be based on the stuff you've already listed.
Yeah, dude, it's 4 stories. There's full-on T-Rexes. There's a full Brontosaurus as you walk in the hall entrance.
4 stories and a lot of history ago.
Yeah. So it was really cool, but yeah, I had to bring up the Pilgrims thing. It made me laugh so hard.
No, that is fucking hilarious.
Because it's funny that they originally were like, yeah, no, we're gonna whitewash history here. This is fine, everything's cool. And then one day someone finally walked in and went, "Hey, yo, are we gonna finally like come clean about this or what?"
The atrocities we committed. Well, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll play Pocahontas on the bottom to distract the kids. We'll put the truth up top. Sound good? Everybody good?
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
It's whew. Hey guys, we got to walk back a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise I did a lot of the other cool shit in New York. I got caught in a rainstorm in a park. That was interesting.
Oh, dude.
That was literally going on a nice leisurely stroll through a state park, and then it started pouring on the Hudson.
Did you follow the homeless to, like, shelter, like much like Indiana Jones followed rats? Like, there's the escape.
No, actually, I saw picnic tables with umbrellas. I saw it kind of coming in, so I made my way because I knew I couldn't make it anywhere with, like, a bar to, like, get a beer and wait till it went away.
Mm-hmm.
So I found these picnic tables with umbrellas, and I sat under it. And this other couple sat down next to me in a table a couple rows down, and they were waiting it out or whatever, and then they were, like, eating their lunch while it rained. And then I'm just standing there looking out.
They lit a candle. Au
Right.
français, bébé.
Yeah. But I did an ultimate dad joke after I left and walked by those couple.
Okay.
So I had my sunglasses on my shirt. I got up. It lightened up, so I was like, I can make a break for it and get out of here before it starts raining again. And I have to walk by them to get out of the park. And I go to put on my sunglasses. Right as I'm putting them on, I just look at them and say, "So much for a walk in the park." And they fucking loved it, dude. They laughed real hard. I was like, "Yes, dude. I'm killing in New York, dude."
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
That
was a highlight.
The best thing is you didn't even know it, but you're imitating Bill Murray because he does that kind of shit all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, I felt like the guy from CSI Miami, you know.
I'm going to go find that little gothic Lolita chick to tell me what's going on.
So much for a walk in the park.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. That was fun. And then the show was great. I did a show in Brooklyn. Shout out to my buddy Alex Talbin. He does a show called Hi Hello in Brooklyn at the Fiction Bar. Go check that out if you're in that area. It's on Fridays. A good time. It was a lot of fun. I did pretty well on both shows. I didn't hate how I did. I didn't crush by any means, but I got good laughs. So kept this crowd into it, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to say one of the funniest things I did that I thought was interesting, and I guess we'll end the show on this is I went to Sesh Comedy Club. That's where my buddy Shane works at. By the way, check out Shane O'Connor, guys. He's fucking the man, dude. He's the one who helped me get out there and find all this stuff to do. So shout out to Shane O'Connor. And he works at Sesh Comedy Club. And so I hung out there both nights in New York. And one of the nights I just had to go pee really bad after the show. And we were standing out there, and there's these girls. There's only one bathroom inside the comedy club. And they're all standing there waiting to use it.
Everything you're saying just sounds like a grinder meetup.
Dude, it's bad. Dude, I'll tell you, the bathrooms in New York, I get why the term used to be water closet. I'm 6'2", man. The fucking bathrooms are short as hell, and they're all single. Like, there's not multiple stalls or anything.
Yeah, but those could be awesome sometimes because you get those old school urinals that go to the floor.
No, they don't. Half of them don't have urinals. They just all have toilets.
Oh.
So then, yeah, because they're just old places, dude.
They should.
They're just,
okay.
These are all old buildings. Like, they don't have that kind of shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's got like one of those weird toilets that are super low where your knees are above your waist, and you're like,
yeah, squatty potty built in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I just had to pee real bad, and Shane goes, "Oh, dude, just go out in the back. There's the backyard of the comedy club. Just go out the back there." And I'm like, "Okay." So I went in the back, and I'm just in the backyard of the comedy club because it's a building. And it has like apartments above it, and then it's like the comedy club's on the ground floor. So I go out and I'm peeing in this back corner, but I'm looking up and there's just nothing but windows with lights on. Like I'm just surrounded by apartments.
I was gonna say,
anybody looked out.
Oh damn it! I was
Somebody's
really
watching me
hoping
piss.
somebody was watching. Like, good job, woo! You can do it.
I tried to look around. I was hoping. Honestly, I was kind of hoping somebody yelled back, "Hey, get the fuck! You stupid homeless people always piss on shit."
You get the person leaning out the window yelling at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I want the true New York experience from the 40s.
My favorite though part is I walk back in, and it's like a door with just a latch lock that I walk back through.
Okay.
So I walk back through and lock it, and the girls saw me walk out there, and the one girl goes, "Is there another bathroom through that door?" I said, "No, I was doing something in the backyard." I just like, dude, I should have let them go out there and squat and piss.
No, what you should have done is went like, I was doing something in the backyard. By the way, don't let her back in. Okay. Just like walked off.
Yes. You know who we should let in, though, Nathan?
Everybody that wants to go to punninggame.com.
Woo!
Check it out. Monday through Friday, hot content for your ear holes. Make sure you just go ahead and enjoy the entire network Punting Game has. But before you peruse too deep in there, make sure you go on over to YouTube. Check out Comic Wade Taylor, all one together. And then like and subscribe, but you get videos from this, clips from this, and videos and clips from Not Worth the Time, as well as that guy's special, Wild Horses. Check all that shit out. But going back on the site, get yourself some new threads.
That's right, guys. Go to the Punting Game shop where you can get yourself t-shirts and hoodies to represent your favorite shows here at puntinggame.com. So grab yourself something nice. Get yourself a nice hoodie for this upcoming fall. Support it. Don't wear your fucking favorite teams to a tailgate. Wear a Punting Game shirt or a hoodie. It's way cooler. Stick out from the crowd. Don't wear the same colors. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF. That gets you free shipping at checkout. Also, guys, I'm doing a show this weekend at Teehee's Comedy Club. That'll be September 3rd. September 3rd, Teehee's Comedy Club. So come out to that. It's going to be a good time featuring for some locals. It's going to be fucking fun. So come out to that.
Yeah, you can go out to that. Unless your body type's a pear, we're going to ask you to turn your shirt inside out. We're out. Peace.
I ate pizza on the subway like a monster.
Who is him?